Hey everybody, this is Geneva of Geneva's Closet Talk Show. Please make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to Geneva's Closet if you haven't already done so right here on YouTube. And you can follow me on Facebook at Geneva's Closet, and you can email me at genevascloset22@gmail.com. Now, let's get into the news. So, hey everybody, happy Monday. How are you doing? I hope you're fabulous. Now let's get into the story. So, I was minding my own business, because you know that's what I do. Whatever. And I was sitting there watching TV, and The Price is Right happened to come on, and it was some of the old throwback rerun episodes, not the current ones with Drew Carey. And I don't even know if it currently still comes on or if those are reruns, but you know, Drew Carey was hosting last that I remember. I'm not talking about those episodes. I'm talking about the old school with Bob Barker on there. And I said, what? Just because I haven't seen The Price is Right with the old episodes with Bob Barker in a while. And then I happened to see the ladies on here. Now, we all know that The Price is Right has had several Barker beauties, ladies on there. You know, the ones that say a new car and shows the car and all the prizes and stuff like that. But these ladies, these three ladies right here specifically, are the ones that I really remember when I was a kid. So we have this lady right here. Her name is Diane Parkinson. And then we have her down here. Her name is Janice Pennington. And then we have her over here, the one who had the black hair, because I remember the two blondes. And then the brunette, and her name is Holly Hallstrom. And here goes some other pictures of the ladies when they were on the show during their thing or whatever. So when I seen that and seen the ladies on there, it made me say, like, I wonder, how are they? I wonder if they're still alive. What are they currently doing? I never knew too much about them. Didn't know anything too much besides, you know, just watching the show and stuff. And here go them right here with their signatures, Diane, Holly, and Janice, and we know Bob Barker. So then this is kind of where my research went in. So I was looking at the pictures, and then I came across this picture. I'm assuming that this is them with their husband. So we have Janice with her husband, Bob, there. Holly don't look like she got anyone by her. But then we have, who is this, Diane Parkinson. I'm assuming that was her husband or her man and stuff at the time, the two blondes and the brunettes. So, like I said, this is where my research got started. So then I end up coming across this article that had said, now right now we're focusing on Janice Pennington, right? And it says nobody was on The Price is Right longer than Janice Pennington. She modeled on the show for an amazing 28 years. Who knew? From 1972 to 2000. And then it goes on to say her second husband, so this was the first husband, her second husband was German mountain climber Fritz Stamberger. So I had to look him up, and I'm like, oh, so this is the second husband who disappeared while mountain climbing in 1975 in Afghanistan. I said, really, bitch? And then it says, if you have watched The Price is Right, you will remember there was a game with a mountain climber called Cliffhanger. I said, I remember that game. Y'all remember? And they had to, you know, I think it was, they showed some items, and they had to say, I don't know, like if it was close, the number was close to the item, and then the man, this little man would go up the thing. Y'all remember? But anyway, it says, this mountain climber would fall off the mountain if the contestant got the price wrong. It was reported that anytime this game would play, Janice Pennington, y'all know Janice? Where's she at? Where's Janice at? Let me find a better picture. Janice, anytime that game would play, Janice would get upset. She would get quite upset and emotional about the whole thing. Apparently, she had been known to cry and run off the stage because of this game. I said, what? Janice was Playboy's Playmate of the Month for a May 1971 issue. So then that made me say, well, what happened to the husband then? So then I end up finding, what did I find? Okay, this is like my little notes. And then I seen that she had wrote a book. Here go the book right here. I said, what? She wrote a book called Husband Lover Spy, A True Story, A woman caught in a deadly game. The CIA and the KGB couldn't stop her husband, lover, spy. I said, what is going on? And it says that this book was published in 1994. So let me go back to the pictures, because I was just like, so then let me read up and find out what had transpired with this husband. And then when I was looking up the husband, this is what I found. Let me find this article about the husband. It says, let me go to a certain part. Let me read to you a little bit about the husband. It says, as a skier and climber. As a skier and climber. And I thought I had found a picture with both of them in it. Wait a minute. Nope, whatever. It says, as a skier and a climber, Fritz Stamberger was ahead of his time. Born in 1940 in Germany, he witnessed as a child the bombing of his home and the death of his mother. And then it goes on to say, blasity woo woo and a woo woo woo. In 1975, he attempted the Pakistani peak something. He tried to climb a mountain, boo-boo, for the third time. Stamberger went alone. He had 2 previous attempts on this mountain, one in 1972, also solo, and then he was swept down by an avalanche and was lucky to survive. Then another failed attempt in 1974, but on his third attempt, he disappeared completely. After his disappearance, it was rumored that he was a spy helping to establish secret stations on the mountain. 2 friends went to look for him, but they only found a backpack containing a map, a couple of books, and rather strangely, an electric heating pad. They went up as high as they could in the helicopter and spotted some footprints, but nothing else. What? Janice said, what is really going on with her husband? Wait, where's my main picture at? Remember, this is Janice, the one down at the bottom. And then it says his wife, Janice Pennington, a model on the American television game show The Price is Right, continued to investigate his death until 1992. She spoke to members of the U.S. and Soviet Secret Service on multiple occasions, even traveling to meet them. She eventually discovered that the CIA had recruited Stamberger in 1974. His task was to collect information and help organize bases in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Pennington obtained a classified report that revealed that Stamberger was involved with the Mujahideen, I'm sure I said that wrong, who were fighting against the Soviet Union, and that he died in the early 1980s on Afghan soil, not far from Tirich-Mer. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. And then she published her findings in the book, Husband, Lover, and Spy. Ain't that something? Who knew? I didn't know anything about her having a husband that had died or came up. So he was a mountain climber, and he was known for mountain climbing, and then he came up, he had disappeared. So they assumed that he died somewhere on the mountain, since he already had 2 failed attempts on this particular mountain. Then they went to find him, couldn't find him. They found a heating pad. They're like, why you got a damn heating pad? I don't even understand that. They seen footprints that ended nowhere. Then Janice, she done went and did her research, found out that he was a spy, and that he had not died in 1975 like they assumed. He died in 1980. It's a spy or something. So now all of these things done transpired, but she's still a host on the game show. So every time the game is played cliffhanger and the man fall off the cliff, she start crying and run off the stage, because she ain't seen her husband since 1975. She technically don't know if he died in the mountain in Aspen, or if he died on Afghan Pakistan soil. I said, who in the hell really knew? But then that's not even it. That is not even it. Do you know that she hurt herself? Yes, Janice had got hit. Don't you know, so she on stage, right, doing her thing, the new car and the new whatever. And then y'all know how the cameraman standing up there with them huge cameras. He hit her, boom, and broke her whole thing. I mean, just broke it from the rooter to the tutor. Let's find that article. It says, Price is Right model wins suit against network. A jury has awarded $1.3 million to the Price is Right model, Janice Pennington, who claims a 1987 accident on the show had ruined her career. The award was $100,000 more than she had salt. Pennington, who points to prizes on the CBS TV merchandise game show, broke her collarbone in June 1988 when a television cameraman hit her in the face and knocked her off a 4-foot stage. Her attorney, Larry, told the jury in closing arguments Thursday that her injuries had affected her earning potential as a model and that she deserved a $1 million lawsuit. CBS attorney Kat in the Panam said Pennington pain and suffering was worth $90,000 to $100,000. Pennington refused the network's offer to pay her $76,000 medical bill and $175,000. She said, bitch, oh, you gonna pay me more. Pennington, who still works for the show, said she no longer can wear bathing suits. Really? She can't even wear the bathing? Where's she at in the, is this her in the bathing suit? Where do I got a picture with them in the bathing? There they go right here. She the one in the middle. Genesis the one in the middle. She said, I can't wear no bathing suit no more because surgery made one shoulder shorter than the other, and she is forced to cover up a 3-inch scar. Oh yeah, you gonna pay her. She also claims she missed 36 tapings of the show for which she would have been paid $340 each plus a percentage for every rerun. Oh wow. So that's how much they was getting paid, $340 for each show plus a percentage for the reruns. What? But then Jenna says she got kicked off the show anyway. Where's that article at where she said she got kicked off the show? It said it is not a game. It is not a game. After 40-minute delay, it says the 1988 Price is Right game show model. She was knocked off the stage by a wayward cameraman and rendered unconscious. After 45-minute delay, during which Pennington was transferred by a stretcher to an ambulance, the show continued without her. 2 surgeries later, the stately Barker's beauty was left with one shoulder, 1 inch shorter than the other. Ugly scars from the operations prevented her from ever again wearing her trademark swimsuits. Then this past October, Pennington received a hit of another sort after 29 years of handing off the microphone to host Bob Barker at the start of more than 6,000 shows since its 1971 premiere. Pennington was dismissed. Really? They gonna do that to Pennington? She was dismissed, people. What does it say? Immediately following the October 19th taping, which will air Wednesday, whatever, without so much as a handshake from Bob Barker. She said he never said a word. Whose final appearance Wednesday will have no mention of her departure. They ain't even gonna say nothing about her departure. They just let her go. They said they ain't saying nothing. That's what Bob did. She said, my manager called Barker the next day and left a message, but he never returned our call. Barker, who today celebrates his 77th birthday at the time, I think this was 1988, said he did return the call, but only after Pennington signed a settlement forbidding her from discussing details of her dismissal by Pearson's Television, the production company that had assumed ownership of the show. That October 19th. Pearson did not want me to become involved in any way, says Bob Barker, saying that he left the studio prior to the firing of his longtime girl Friday, but on the very day Jenna signed the agreement, I left a message on the answering machine and told her that I wanted to explain why I had not called even sooner, and she had not returned my calls. It says the amicable relationship between Barker and Pennington on the show, as it turns out, was just another Hollywood illusion. Pennington says that the two barely spoke since the past summer, and fellow on-air assistant Kathleen Bradley, who also got let go the same day Pennington, blames Barker for their firings. While all parties involved have conflicting stories to tell, whichever way you look at it, the behind-the-scenes bickering and ugliness boils down to one real-life contest. No one can win. Wow. Yeah. And then they said they called Bob Barker, what did they call him? I don't know, just like he needs people. He needs to be around people. He's just... Both Pennington and Bradley said they were given no specific reasons for their dismissal. They said none. She said Pennington says Barker basically stopped talking to her, ain't said nothing to her, didn't want to have nothing to do with her, just nothing, not a zilch. And yeah, I found that very interesting, people. So this is where I want to end it at. I'm just giving you a little information about that. Did you know that game, Cliffhanger, yeah. You know what that kind of reminded me of? That kind of reminded me, don't you remember that episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where what was their names? You know, the daughter who liked money and all of that type of stuff. Don't you remember when her fiance, I think he was a news reporter, and he had did bungee jumping, and then he had died from the bungee jumping thing, and then something had happened right after that. I think Will had said something about bouncing or something. She was like, oh, you know, just every time she heard that, it made her think of her husband. So yeah, it was the same situation with Janice Pennington. And to this day, it says that some friends believe that he actually did die on the mountain. They don't think that he had anything to do with the CIA and all of that stuff, while other friends feel like that he probably was a spy. But I thought it said that Janice actually talked to some CIA people. I mean, so how can you, so is it true or not? She done wrote a whole book. She said she done talked to some people. So what, you don't think that he was really a spy? Even though she said that she talked to some people and they said that he was a spy. I don't know, but it's very interesting, people. But I would like to know how you feel about this story. And while you are letting me know, could you please like and share this video and subscribe to Genevas Closet if you haven't already done so right here on YouTube. And you can follow me on Facebook at Genevas Closet, and you can email me at genevascloset22@gmail.com. You all have a fabulous day, and I'll talk to you later, peoples. Bye.